Alright, hey y'all, it's Pizza Hulk, and I'm here in the Long Dark in Mystery Lake. This is a beginner's guide. Uh, it's not going to be focused just on Mystery Lake. In fact, we're going to do a few things here and then get ready to leave. Uh, but just out of, a general overview of some of the areas, some things you want to focus on. As much advice as I can give. And getting yourself set up for adventuring around all the maps. So, that will get to all the maps. Definitely not going to Hush River Valley. There is a Maglins. I knew there was like another place in here you could find one.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Great tool to have. Great for saving matches. Don't really need it. My last video ended rather abruptly, unfortunately. But luckily I had slept right before the power went out for a moment. And I hadn't really done much, so that's a pretty good thing. I just wanted to do a little bit of prep. Actually, you know what I could do? I need to get my sleep a little more realistic. So let's do that. Let's get something to nibble on here. Get rid of this. I know what I can do today. Alright. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. That's a little better. Okay. So we'll take a look, and I sewed the military coat that I just found. You know, it's weird for Pilgrim. I'd say for Pilgrim mode, I've got some really good loot. Fisherman's sweater, gauntlets. I mean, that's just crazy. I don't have one of these. I think I have two of these. And I might pick up a third in Broken Railroad, so we'll see. But it's also been a little weird and stingy. I haven't really found, I mean, other than the two light shells and now this, that's it for coats. But as you can see, the windproofing is going to be the same as this coat was at 100%, I think. Maybe it's a little better. And the warmth is going to be great. So watch the warmth go up. 38 degrees. So that went up 4 degrees just by putting on this coat. That's huge. The closer we get to the 40s, the better, right? But this is a massive, massive, massive change for us, and we're going to be in much better shape. Much better shape. Then we're going to... I need to do some maneuvering, too. Nope. Yep. Put those back on before I forget. Oh, yeah, I guess it would give me another crap drawer. Yeah, let's grab all this.
I wonder if I can drop any of this here.
The dead guy's great. You can put 22 pounds worth of stuff in him. So, he's not always there. No, I've already good. There we go. Those gloves are leather, basically. I mean, the ski gloves are nice, and this is one of those items where later on, as your gear improves, uh, depending on the situation, you might want to switch down from, let's say, the rabbit gloves or the gauntlets. It's only a pound, but still. Nice to have a pair around if you find them. Alright, we'll come back to that. This isn't very good for your knife, and you don't really get much for it, but it's the only way you can break down a pillow. It isn't too much cloth. There's a decent amount to do what you need to do. There's certainly not enough to get like a big mending going on. Now, if you go around to the cabins around the lake, and you have a hatchet in particular, uh, depending on how many houses are down there, you could get multiple of well, these chairs here. I mean, I have a hatchet on me, so it'll show you. So, hour and a half, but you get 4 pieces of wood, 6 pieces of cloth though. So there are several of those around the lake. You can usually find. Alright, so basically I goofed around. We'll get this one too. Just for right now. We'll move it in a minute. Anything else I can get rid of? Normally, you definitely want to have. I might just do it. Uh, a backup bedroll. There's always a possibility you could pull a pizza and walk out of some cave somewhere you spent the night in. Leave it behind, go to some place where there's a bed, sleep in the bed, go to another complete different area before you realize that you don't have a spare bedroll. So, but I would imagine we'll be able to find these often enough. I know where a bunch can spawn, so I will show you where some of them most likely are going to be. But right now, I want to head out for some firewood. Hopefully. Nice. Alright, so up at the top right corner you can see where the sun is. I would say it's about maybe 2-ish, 1-ish. And once it gets to the middle, which would be noon, you're starting to head to the warmest part of the day. The warmest part of the day is actually before sunset. So a lot of times it wouldn't hurt, especially early game, especially if you're low gear or on harder levels, to move around in the daytime and at night. And that sounds crazy. You're like, why would I? Let me tell you, the mornings are cold. Uh, Maps are different, but you could say somewhere around 11, things are going to start to warm up. But if you're trying to like go outdoors from between like 7, to 11 in the morning, it's going to be cold on any map that you're on. You got the gear to handle it, go do stuff. Or do quick stuff. I was stuck in Crystal Lake recently with like no gear. It's a very tough place in a place called Timberwolf Mountain, so you can... Oh yeah, there's bunnies in here. This is a great place to snare bunnies, and I'll show you exactly where. Right in these little bushes, if you put down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's where you catch them. Snares are great because what they do is, it's weird because I don't really know how it works on population reduction, but instead of me running in there with rocks, killing these 4 rabbits, and then having to wait however many days for them to respawn, it'll have, even though I can only see 2 rabbits, there'll be like 3 rabbits in the traps tomorrow, and these 2 guys will still be running around. But different tools take different amounts of time to cut stuff, chop stuff, do different things that they can do, and affect things differently. So a frozen carcass, it's going to be better to use a hatchet or a hacksaw than it is a knife. But a fresh carcass, or one you've got a fire by, it's going to go way, way faster with a knife than it is going to be with either of those tools. Now I'm going to show you where there's a good place. So there's usually 2 limbs there, but I think I got one already. There is a wolf that patrols through here sometimes. I haven't heard him a wooing or anything, so keep that in mind. You can listen for them. You can look for them in the distance. Listen for their feet. But they kind of cross back and forth this railroad track. They can get all the way up into here, so be careful sometimes. You're pretty safe coming out the front door, but once you start moving around, like I said, they can be over here. Down through this area, I've been through here in the videos, but a lot of good sticks, and there's some limbs. But this is a pretty good place that replenishes fairly enough that you can kind of rely on this for like 5 or so limbs. One usually being fur. So back there's nothing. There might be a couple sticks. Right here is our first one. Each one of these gives us 3. You can hear the wind's picked up. It's not snowing. If it was snowing, this is the kind of wind I want to have on a snowy day, because we won't get soaking wet. But basically I just need to go on a firewood run today. Get to bed at a decent time. And it can change up too. So here's the piece of fur. there's what it looks like 3 limbs here to chop up now, but
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
again, I might have cut one up already. But also up to 5 can spawn through that area. It's usually 4-seater and 1 fur. Alright, it's getting a little late. It's already chilly. We've got the military coat on. Let's see what we're doing here. So it's 15 with a negative 17. But we've got our 51 degree. Feels like 51. Why? Because we have a 38-degree windproof bonus and a 16 windproof bonus. So it's really just hitting us like a -1. That wind chill is really only hitting us just a little bit. Not even enough to make us cold. So let's get this done. There's our snow. Time to call the old wood gather off. We might grab some sticks. Also pretty heavy.
I think I need to look out.
But beating up a hatchet like that when you have whetstones in a drawer, or you've got backup hatchets, might as well just go for it. Now you won't see me break these up too often unless it's a desperate situation, but if you use your hatchet, it's only 5 minutes, but it really beats up your hatchet. It's only 5 more minutes. Use your hands. You get 3 sticks. The little scrub bushes are better when you can break theirs up. This right here. So it's 20 minutes, but you get 7 sticks. And you can see we got some tinder. 1 piece each from chopping up those logs. Okay. Mainly what I want to do is have some firewood on me. I can make water while I'm sewing, while I'm I'll just eat these real quick. These little pieces from shredding the rabbits. So I told myself this is what I was going to do. I was going to shred rabbits and wolves. Maybe a deer carcass if I get to the point where it's that convenient. But generally deer on up, I'm just gonna cut big steaks. And this is, like I said, the amount of time it takes you to eat all these little pieces, other than just eating one hunk of rabbit. But it's calories. I'd like to clean up this mess. And save this kind of stuff for someone.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
How we doing on
It's dusk, so that can't be far behind.
Okay, got a nice pile of firewood here. That way, I have some at least starting a little pile, and then in here, we'll end up using it to probably do some swimming at night. But we're getting tired. It's nice and early. I want to get to bed so I can make the most out of tomorrow. So we need to drink something. We're not going to hit the snooze. We're just going to... Now, as you get through harder modes, the drain on your food and water is going to be too hard to sleep for more than 10 hours. I think 10 hours is the max. I mean, this is saying technically the sun is up. Once you get just above the horizon with those little 2 points on the left and right, that's it. You can read, you can sew. Let's get rid of that. First up,
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
deerskin boots. We're gonna need 4 guts. I should probably go ahead and grab a couple of those. So, even though we can barely see, I should be able to sew. There you go. We're going to do 4.5 hours. Get rid of that 0.5. And again, I just want to point out a difference. So at a harder level, you're going to take a bigger hit on your food and water. So you won't be able to... So you have to sew in increments. Stop, eat, drink, stop, eat, drink. Just bear that in mind. Right back to it. And we are going to finish these right now. I think I can... Oh, I hit the wrong button. Did I get a 0.5? Yes, I bet I can get this in. Come on, come on, come on. Beautiful. Okay.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I know. Cool. That was a nice bump. That was a real nice bump. I mean, here's my analysis. These two at the beginning of the game are the most important. This pretty much is going to happen organically until it doesn't. um, I will say that the harder the level, the more fires you're going to need to make to stay warm, to get warm, to make teas, to get warm, to make coffees, to get. So in Pilgrim mode, this can take actually a while, a little while longer, but you can set it up so that you can basically farm firing or fire skill and move it along pretty quickly. It's not. It doesn't take too long. It's fairly easy. Most of this stuff, I've got maybe some books to read, but we've just got to get a rifle bow. I like to read at least the first book. I do have it in ice fishing before I go fishing, because if you don't, you're really just going to be snapping a lot of lines. And we popped a few things. But let's check out the biggest benefit. So we're going to have a warmth increase, which is nice, but and a decent one. I mean, 4.5 is huge, right? But windproofing. So there's that number I'm looking for, right? I want to get up. I mean, 40 is a good baseline for I can travel. I can go for I can wander off into the unknown at this point. You're not safe. You're not 100% safe. You're not anything like that. But you're at least able to wear enough that you can get around. And we're not even done. We're going to add a little more windproofing on the hat. The rabbit hat has the same warmth bonus. It'll be 3.6, but it'll have a 3.6 windproofing, and I'm hoping that'll get us up to a 20-degree windproofing bonus. So that's also the other thing we're looking for. So 40 degrees, warmth is great. We're getting in there. We got like 10 degrees to go. But we also got a head wrap that we can wear, and that's going to help too with warmth. So maybe we'll get up to like 41 or 42. All right. Instead of keeping around in the dark, let there be light.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Now, my friends, this is an exciting day of sewing boots. You know, I, again, I don't like the mechanic of the. I always want to call it stir crazy. That's not it. You can't stay in the house too long. Uh, their sanity, I guess, thing. It's just dumb, you know. Oh, well, it's basically daytime anyway. So I finished that book. Could use a light here for a minute. So, like I mentioned, I think cooking is the next skill to focus on. Get just a little daylight in. And then we want 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I think maybe just 1 gut is all you need for the hat. Yeah. Little snack. Got the juice. Because Cam, I'm going to straighten and knock it out. Oh, did we finish it? Perfect. And one thing you can do, and I like to do sometimes with certain things, you can decorate your place and role play some stuff out if you like. It's kind of fun. It has sort of like that Fallout settlement building where you can place all the crap around. But I like to throw some of the medicine, some sewing kits, dead fire strikers, you know, whatever. Okay, let's put our new hat on and see if it changes the windproofing. Boom, there it is. So our windproofing is really great. I mean, I like 25 is you're killing it. That's going to be a big help getting around because the wind is often a big part of the problem. So we got our skins made. That's great. We've got plenty of guts for snares. We've got a bunch of bunny pelts laying around. So if anything like happens to the gauntlets, or I need to repair the ones I have,
Probably useful.
99%. It's been sitting there this whole time. That's what I'm talking about. With the low loot degradation, it's you don't have to freak out about getting around the map. We can take our time and do this stuff. So next up, I think did not. Right, that's fine. Hey, misses. Oh no, I stuck it in this jar. Boom. So, next up, I want to fix my stuff. Oh, I can't wait to get mending up to level 2. These provide a ton of warmth. So, we should be, I think, fully sewed up. Oh, I know what I forgot. And the other head wrap must be upstairs. No. Right. Well, I either imagined it or I'm mixing it up with another playthrough. I have another playthrough going on right now where I'm basically looting Mystery Lake and getting ready to go to the same places. It's a little confusing. So that's on me. Here we go. Ah, there it is. Yeah. So you get a nice warmth bonus from cargo pants. I think the only thing that's a little better is the combat pants. I'm not sure how much better, but it's a little better. What are we doing on shocks? We'll get these up. There we go. Sewing these, I mean, it's really just for 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 the bonus for the skill. They're not gonna be long in pilgrim mode before they are replaced. Okay, so we managed to get our warmth up to 43. I thought I had another head wrap. And we've got our gear in top condition. How much time is it? How much cloth do I have left? Well, okay. I just wanted to add a little more to the mending skill. How are we doing on that? There we go. Remember, getting to level 2 on any of these skills is not that difficult. Sometimes you can just read one book and it'll level up for you. Okay, let's put this lady to bed. She's tired. And get the save. Because his power went out earlier. Neat. I don't think I have whetstone or anything like that. Nice. Alright. I need to take a quick break. Hopefully, the power doesn't go out. Let's see. There we go. See, we got another one for our little shelf here. I don't know if I like the drugs on here. I'll deal with you later, sir. Yeah, you don't want I feel pretty good. Gear-wise. We should... Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, texting done, I think. Shio. What do we need to do before we leave? Alright, I got 2 cups of coffee. I got coffee as backup. I don't want to walk around with meat. So we'll grab some junk food. We'll have some opportunities along the way. But I actually probably won't leave today. Oh, we'll take an MRE. There we go.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
No. Yeesh. That's even better. Alright. We are going to take... that. And I really need to make those up, but not right now. I don't really have the water for it. That's fine. I put everything. There it is. No. What? One. Okay. I was like, how in the world? Oh, I'm already screwing up now. Well, not necessarily. I need to think along the lines that I can leave stuff at Chopper's cabin. Alright. We want sleeping bag, can opener, cooking pot, can. Taking the gun with us, because that's all we got. I may travel with the sewing kit, I may not. The books are for advancing the skills I think I need to advance right now. I think what I'm going to do is go to Trappers today, read the books as much as I can. Go from there. Couple of guts. I don't think it affects your scent. It doesn't. So I can make snares in Milton if I feel it's necessary. Lantern. Couple of fish hooks. I mean, actually, I'll probably leave the sewing kit. Some of this food I'll leave behind and eat. We got any room in here? Yeah. So my gear is up. We are getting much better warmth, windproofing. Most days we shouldn't even see a bar going down unless it's really cold. It's not too hard to get firewood here. It's not too hard to get firewood at the Trapper's Cabin, but I don't really have anything out there, so. Right, the whole thing. Pink. No, I think I meat out there actually, like a lot. So not much of a goal today. I mean, it's a nice day. I wish I was traveling, but fatigue-wise, even with the coffees, the trip from here to Trapper's Cabin is making the trip from Mystery to Milton or Mountain Town less plausible. I don't know. Cold or no cold, I want to leave as early as possible. Because first thing I'm going to do is go walk through a cave where it will be plenty warm. Once I get out, the big deal about getting to Milton is that you have to climb 2 ropes. Hence, you don't have to have coffee, but it is certainly helpful. Anyway, Trappers is a place, again, I mentioned before, a lot of people, that is their main base instead of the Ranger's Cabin. The Ranger's Cabin is sort of like their secondary. For me, Trapper's Cabin is like actually like my third dairy base on this map. It's a waypoint between here and Milton. And I guess technically Hush River Valley. So yeah, so like I said, this is a good place to grab sticks. There's some limbs, branches. It's a nice little area for firewood. And if you, across the tracks there is where I got that wood from earlier. Earlier this episode or earlier the last episode, I really can't remember. Anyway, I got about like 40 minutes and then I gotta call it. Barring any ridiculousness. I feel I should be at Grey Mother's, which is the there's several places you can base out of, and when I do stay there, like if I go moose hunting or whatever, there's 3 places that I like. Grey Mother's house. The farm is actually my favorite place. On that map. But one of the places you can moose hunt are 3 blue trailers. It's not a bad place to base. There's a fire barrel right outside. Grandmother's, though, it's got a 6-burner stove, so it's a great place to level up your cooking, because there's also usually a few cooking pots around in that town. So you can get 4 cooking pots worth of water out of one shot with your firewood. Make teas like a crazy person, and as far as that too, as far as making teas there are quite a few harvestables. A lot of rose hips. A lot of mushrooms. I don't really remember it being much of a birch bark place. I'm sure there's some laying around. But not like Ash Canyon or something like that. We're headed to Max's Last Stand. You can see we got a wolf in here. You can get everything in here. Wolves, bunnies, bears, and moose. But Max, he didn't make it from one of these things. And a lot of times, not always, there'll be a hatchet or a knife. Like whatever took him out, he tried. But apparently Max, oh, I already checked Max. This is where I got the hatchet from. I forgot. Yeah, there's some moose hide and some moose meat out here. But I'm not too certain about water and how much of that meat is cooked, if any. Wait, bunny's back there. Again, there can be a bear back there. It almost looks like a sapling. That can't be a sapling. That's a branch on a tree. Okay. It's like, I've never seen a sapling there. Oh wait, there's no moose out here. I'm mixing up those two playthroughs. Like I said, I'm doing a test run with a different custom build. And I'm in Mystery doing basically the same stuff I'm doing here, except on like really the lowest loot table and all this stuff. So, yeah. I'm like, oh, I got a moose here, moose meat. And yeah. I did come out here briefly, I believe, to find, and that's where I finally found a hatchet. You know, on Pilgrim mode, I try not to run too much. Just trying to work through the day. Which is another reason why I'm not going. I mean, you can't really... Going to Milton, like I said, is 2 ropes. You gotta climb 2 ropes. It's gonna just destroy your fatigue, even with coffee. So... You really want to... there's some bunnies. So yeah, you can get bunnies back here. You can just set your snares right here. Right behind the house, right? You can almost run a snare line. Because you can run your bunnies in that back area behind these rocks here. So you can have snares there and snares there. So a constant stream of meat, skins, guts. The moose, there's never any moose sign here. I don't think I've ever seen moose sign here. But for whatever reason, sometimes the moose comes here. Deer will also spawn all into this little area. So you can hunt them right beside the house. And bear, also back there in that area. And he'll also wander all the way up in here. So if you want to shoot him and make him come get you, these rocks are a pretty good place to get up on where they can't get you right in this area. So. The hunting here is pretty outrageous, especially with big meat items like moose and bear. And in the harder levels, these animals are sort of going to be turned up the amount and their spawn rates. So you're going to see a lot of bear and moose. What's the firewood situation like? None. Okay, now there's at least some firewood here. Kind of recap the stuff. We'll go there. All right. So I'm good on water for a minute. And food. Let's read. I should definitely be able to finish this book. Possibly the pistol book as well. Huh? Huh? I forget what I'm heading towards. Level 4? Yeah. So that book, like, I mean, you know, it was a help. Oh no, I'm at level 4, going to level 5. So you can see the book, you know, like, it's something. But, like, if you're really doing this in the base game without shredding meat, this is going to take forever. You can do it with teas, you can do it with soups and stuff, too. But, man, you got to be in the right areas. Like I said, where we're going, you can definitely do it with a lot of the teas and stuff. We'll be able to get there. And again, on Pilgrim Mode, we're going to be able to get a lot of coffees and Sweet Dreams teas or whatever it's called. Looks like a lovely day outside. It's just like a candy bar. Yep, definitely gonna be able to finish this book. Yeah, there it is. What did we get? What did we get? What did we win? Alright, so we've got recoil compensation increased by 25%. And, very importantly, a 2 condition repair. Which reminds me, I knew there was something I needed to do. Only weapon we have. So normally we'd be getting a 3% improvement. But we're getting at least a 5 right now. I say this about cleaning kits. I say this about whetstones. If you're going to use them, use them. There we go. And our cleaning skill. On up. So we're doing good. I think it went up to 6. So cleaning stuff actually improves skill as well. That's fine. We made it a little later, so hopefully we can wake up right around morning. Might be an aurora tonight. Perfect. We can even see a little bit. First things first, let's put the gun away. We want to get our traveling water on. Actually, we'll grab one of those and drink it right now. And then let's get rid of that. So it'll show you what the calories are giving you. Where do I need this candy bar? Crack this open. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Right.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Miss. Yes. I ended up not doing a fire because I realized I had enough wood or water. We'll drop that. That. Those. And one more. Big. Everything else is coming with me. Let me check the time. Half an hour. Yeah, I can get to building half an hour. We'll be back here. We'll be back here. It doesn't matter. Let's go. No, wait. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, weather be damned. Unless we walk out into a blizzard on the other side of the cave. We're going for it. Now the cave's going to be good for us too because there's coal, firewood, I think there's some loot. And this way we have a little bit of play to pick some stuff up. So I'll show you how to get to the cave to get to Milton. And you'll see how easy and close and hopefully quick this is. I do kind of wish I had a third cup of coffee. Gotta say that. It's cold. It's the morning. So that'll let you know, even with this military coat, and snow pants, we're still needing to do some work. Did I fix these? I did. I'm gonna snag a couple sticks just in case we do get to the cave. And the weather's not great. And again, I might make another coffee. And I could heat it up and get the warmth bonus. Whoops, passed it. So here's the cave. You can see the house from right here. The barn. It's just right up this hill. So again, for me, that's why Trapper's Cabin in the, the hunting there and this sort of waypoint to sort of ferry back and forth. Oh, I should have filled up my lamp. That's all right. Well, you actually, you know what? I purposely brought an extra torch. No, I did not. I purposely meant to bring a torch. Hold on one second. One of the nicer caves. That's not funny. Of all the caves, this is one of the better ones. But it really is. Loot level isn't really like great, I don't think. I don't remember anything stupendous other than firewood and coal. Perfect. Come on. One thing to remember about coal, let's talk about coal. Coal is a really great resource. It's not just used for forging. It gives you a 30-degree warmth bonus to a fire that you add it to. So anytime you're really cold, I usually try to travel with at least 2 pieces of coal on me and pillager load. More so, coal's really a way to save your life, stay warm, and just travel and get around the map. Coal is one of the only resources of that type of nature. It's something you find on the ground that respawns. So anytime you get in a cave, right, try to grab as much coal as weigh yourself down. There's a nice little loot spot here. We got a candy bar. It ranges. I think there can be like a backpack here. I think you can find a bedroll here. I don't know if the sticks respawn.
I'm not sure I can carry
I think
much
they
more.
do just because, like, sticks respawn. So you can find sticks over again, and like I said, get the coal out of the cave. If you go outside and have to drop, 10, and in some of these caves you can get like 40 plus pieces of coal. Do it. Drop 20, 30 on the ground. Come back for it. But at least the next time you come through that cave, all that coal will have a chance to respawn. How long does it take? I have no idea. It takes a while. Sorry about that. So yeah, try to pick up that coal. Even if, like I said, you just take it outside. Yeah. Once again, wear your mask, get your boosters. COVID sucks. We're out. Now, a flare, just like a torch, will provide a little bit of warmth when you're walking around with it. So if you were in low gear mode, you'd want to carry this as long as you could, then switch to your torches. Anyway, I just wanted to show you there's a nice amount of cattails in here. I'm just going to grab a couple to illustrate. So if you need food or something to start a fire with when you get here, you're good to go. Like I said, it's a pretty nice amount. But I already know where some more are. And again, you know, I'm just going to keep saying it. In harder levels, they are more important. Got a nice little waterfall. It's a pretty walk. It's kind of a snowy, foggish day. The visibility is not going to be great, so. But there's some nice views in here. So in other circumstances, if things were really cold, that flare might have been keeping me down. You know, it could have had 3 arrows, and instead of been 2 arrows, one arrow. Could have been walking around just fine. And as soon as I tossed it, that's it. You're back to taking whatever cold damage that's in the environment you're in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to Milton. Again, I could wander around and show you some things, but there's really not much to see here. There can be a wolf down below, like immediately. You want to keep that in mind. If wolves are a thing in your playthrough, but hopefully this is, like I said, this is for beginners. You're not even worried about those guys. That's something you hunt for meat. So the first climb's a nice climb. It's quick, it's down. We're not beating up our stamina too bad. It's the next one that's brutal. There's a dead guy over here. Looks like he dropped some firewood and a hatchet. We're going to grab the feathers. And we're going to see if this hatchet is better than the one I have on me.
Oh, lucky day.
Piece of fur. Corpses tend to have stuff just like that. Shoes, a hat. I'm not saying that they don't occasionally have some nice loot, a jacket or something, but for the most part, think low-end clothing, crappy food. For the most part. You might find a bullet or whatever. So again, this place, uh, right off the bat, even in the little in-between area here. I guess technically we're in Mountain Town. After you come through the cave. Has a bunch of harvestables. On any level. So if you're looking to geek up your cooking skill, this is absolutely one of the places to do it. Mountain's a good place. Like I said, the reason I like it is it's really close to Mystery. Mystery is generally where I main base out of. I also like Coastal Highway a lot. Been known to spend quite a bit of time in Broken Railroad. I like most of the maps. You know, I talk about hating Pleasant Valley, but I'm sorry, excuse me. Just trying to keep the major coughing fits like out of the microphone here. Bah. Lord, I don't even remember what I was saying. Make teas, get cooking skill up. This place has a lot of harvestables. Alright, I'm not going to drink a coffee till I get to the top. But this will bring my fatigue below half. So by the time I get to the top, I'm already going to have reduced carry weight. So that's okay. It's this last part that gets you. Boom. And we're, you know, at 2 bars as soon as we start walking away. So what we're going to do right away... No, actually we're not. We're going to do something a little smart. Not necessary, but it could be. Tis a beginner's guide. Let's say you don't have the military coat. Let's say you're running around with those 2 light shells. You know, you've got really good windproofing, but you're really not that warm. You don't have deer pants, you got jeans on, you know, it's cold. You want to get to some place, one that is somewhat of an interior, right? It is warmer in here. Yes! Okay, so this is one of the places where the rifle can spawn. I'll show you more. Okay. So boom, we're set. That's exactly what I came here for. I had a pretty good idea that it would be here. I think it's better than the one I got. Nope. Nice bedroll though. Flares, you know, flares are, you can get a flare gun and you can shoot flare at animals with it. It's really its only use. If you headshot them close enough, it will drop anything in the game. I was hoping this might be somewhere
I could
else.
use this.
Oh, it's in great condition.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Not a big shocker, though, in pillager mode. Find 100% rifle. That was 85. But it's really heavy. I believe fully loaded it's like 9 pounds. But this is going to change my little trip to Milton here. I mean, not too much. But I'm going to focus on looting, but also finding a moose. Milton's a good place for clothing, coffee. There's going to tend to be a fair amount of food you can find. It's very dangerous if you're playing on anything other than pillager mode, though. I will stress that. Very dangerous. A lot of wolves. It does have something that's very desirable, though, for players that are dealing with worrying about their sanity from being indoors too much. There's a shelter that it's an outdoor shelter. It's truly outdoors, and so you can set up like a snow shelter outside of it. You can't set one inside, but you can set one outside of it. And there's a fire barrel and a crafting table. So when you need to do 12 hours of crafting pants or something, you don't have to do it inside. It's highly desirable. To me, that's, like I said, I would, if I was really wanting to live here, stay here, make main base here, I would use Grandmother's as sort of a storage area because it's a little more centrally located to the loot areas, and actually do most of my staying at the base. You want to really have a pry bar when you come here. So if you start a playthrough here, which I also recommend, this would be the second place I would say if you decide to branch out. If you don't come here from Mystery, do your second start here, or maybe your first start. It's like I said, it's a little tougher, but on Pillager,
I'll take it.
That's really nice. You can get a lot of these here, or one of these here, depending on the loot. I don't really use them much anyway, but certainly not in this mode. It's kind of like an emergency thing, because you're going to be exhausted as soon as it's out. So, quick burst of speed to get out of where you need. You can see there's tons of food. We're going to grab it. Take the slow walk up to our main destination. Sometimes there's coffee here. I was hoping. Start grabbing some of this stuff. But this is a great place for coffee. The whole map.
I think I can use this.
The whole map. I wouldn't be surprised to find it in a trash can here. Doesn't always work out, but this is one of those places. Alright, matches. Not a lot of firewood right around where I'm going to be setting up our base. Oh, these are nice early game. Do I spy another pair of wool socks? I do. I told you those socks weren't going to last long. For me too, Milton is another place where I'm going to gather up a bunch of clothing, because you can usually find a fair amount. Again, in any of the difficulty levels. There we go. So this tea improves condition. It's best to drink it before you go to sleep. You get a little boost, I think, if you're sleeping. And you can use it to level up your cooking skill.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find books where we're going. But we'll take this pistol skill book. We'll keep working on that. Just for convenience, just for the getting, there's water in the turret too, don't forget. Quite a bit. I don't know if I'm going to grab all the food. Because there should be, again, where we're going
Probably useful.
at this level is going to have a ridiculous amount of food around, junk food too. So let's keep it light as possible. See, I'm almost at 100 pounds. Let's definitely drop. Now see, the teas when I cook them are going to improve 50%. So that's actually 85. But yeah, let's drop the stuff. It's a little sketch. We'll drink this sketchy soda. Eat the lowest end candy bar. I might actually drop a little water because I'm close to safety. You know, most of these, well, some of these houses have toilets in them. I really had to pull in, but I think even in a blizzard at this point, I'd just go straight to grandmother's house, just put up with it. 8 minutes to get to grandmother's house. So for the rest of the way, all I really want to do is check cars. You definitely want to find a pry bar if you start here as soon as possible. There are a lot of possible locked things, lockers, car trunks. Or bring one with you. Or learn where there's possible pry bar spawns. But again, I would bet, let's see, I'm going to say before it's all said and done, when me, and because I'm really going to beat up Milton. Okay, here we go. That's why I call it Milton, because this is the town of Milton. But officially on the map, it's called Mountain Town. But I really want to, I want to get a moose hunt going. There's 2 places where you can find the rubbings on the trees. One is here, not too far from here. The other is, it's a bit of a trek. It's kind of a, you're definitely going to want something that, you're going to need something, I mean, you're going on a moose hunt, so you're going to want something to shoot with it. It's not bad, you're going to have to live in a cave. You're probably going to have to cure the moose hide down there in the cave. If you get the moose, you're going to have some meat. But I'd much rather find it near, there's a place near here. It's near some...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Perfect. It's near some blue trailers. It's got a fire barrel. It's usually where I base out. If there's moose on. If there's not, you got to kind of go look at the other place. If I find a hacksaw in the hood, under the hood, you can find these. And if you cut them with a hacksaw, you get lead, which you can use to make bullets, which may come up in a Pilgrim playthrough.
I'll take it.
I want all the clothing I can get. I want all the clothing. I want as many sewing kits that I can find. And I want to gather it pretty much all up here at Grandmother's house. Yeah, that's all right though, actually. It'll give him a minute to turn around and maybe get a shot on him. There's a shot. I mean, there. Honestly, in this mode, there should be enough junk food around that you could pretty much just live on junk food. You want to be careful about it though, because you don't want to eat too much spoiled food. Remember, a good portion of it's going to be spoiled. But if we can get some meat going right away. I was going to say, I was like, man, I don't have my headphones turned up. I won't be able to hear him walking. As soon as I turn my headphones up, I heard his footsteps and he jetted. I gotta go, so something to think about for later. This is Grandmother's house. You can base out of here. The other nice thing about the farm is it also has a 6-burner stove. You can find tools back here. Sometimes. I was hoping for a hacksaw sitting on top of this thing. But you also have a chance for when you open the drawers on a tool chest for tools.
You can use this.
Not today. Now that they got the rifle, yeah, hacksaw is one of those things that's at the top of my list now. Oh, Wolf's gonna go mess up my bunnies. Let's get inside so he doesn't. Welcome to Grandmother's. This is a chance for a rifle spawn here. It's not.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Pack. Like I said, don't worry about books. There's plenty of books here at Grandmother's house and in the surrounding houses. Hopefully, there's usually at least a can, but a lot of times there's cooking pot here. Yep, there we go. This, you might end up in Pilgrim mode with 6 cooking pots and the one you carry around. Well, it's up to you. Some people only carry 2 cans around. I personally like to carry a cooking pot and a can. No. Sure. And what I like to do, take that, is use the freezer. So you're going to find so much junk food. And depending on what you're doing, you might want to grab a decent amount of it at least. Also, you can centralize it because, again, this is a base that you're going to come back to. Or I do. I would recommend. Start getting this stuff put away. since we can't eat garbage food, we want to get that out of the way first. And we're going to be looting in a place that's going to have a lot of food. So just food up here. And here, we're going to store our other crap that we don't need to tote around with us. Now the trick with the rifle, okay, the trick with the rifle is that it weighs a lot. So I think the smart thing to do for right now, because the pistol's great, but the rifle is what I want to hunt with here for now. So this weighs almost 4 pounds. We'll chuck that, and we go a little bit in the bullets. Not sharpening anything right now. And then what I like to do, I'm just trying to help with storage. This cabinet right here is where I like to put all the clothing and cloth. And I want to fill this cabinet up. It's got an 88-pound carrying capacity. I bet we can get close to it. No, I need that. So we're about 7 pounds underweight. I would say with pretty much the bare minimum. Well, we can lose a few more things, but we're almost there. But we got this place to loot.
Well, this
too,
stuff
so.
will come in handy.
Did I open the right thing? I did. So I don't know if you notice, when I do matches or put something, I usually, if I have like 3, I put the best away and the worst away and keep the middle. Alright, just under 70 pounds. We're getting there. I'm going to want to make... No, I'm good on that too. Yeah, so that's our walking around stash. Oh. consuming about a half a pound. And we'll end up eating some of this that we have on us right now, but we need to replace it. Right, how are we doing on liquid? Yes. Perfect. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I'm going to show you something real quick. We are in an indoor structure. Just grab them. So what we can do is jump out here real quick. And then pop in for the save. And before I go out, let's say into the wolves, bears, moose, killer weather, oh my, I can go out the door completely geared up and ready to go and pop back in for the save and then come back outside and then go adventuring. So remember that. Alright, I got to jet. I should have been gone 5 minutes ago. So if you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see this at a later time or date, thanks for watching. Next time we are going to be looting and exploring a Milton. We have a rifle. The first thing I'm going to do is go look for the plane crash, though. It's a good place for top tier loot. We might get a second pair of snow pants. There's a crate there where that usually has some kind of pair of pants in it. Could be the snow pants. If we get 2 pairs of snow pants, we're going to be super warm. It's going to be fantastic. And they're both pretty lightweight. So that's the plan for next time. Alright, you guys have a great day. Y'all be good to each other.